The Great Resignation slowed in December. That's our top story today on the Wall Report. I'm your host, Greta Wall. The Labor Department's Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey, better known as JOLTS, shows that 4.34 million workers quit their jobs in the last month of 2021. Now, that was down 3.6% from the record high number of quits that were seen in November. But the labor market imbalance is not getting any better. There were nearly 11 million job openings in December, up 1.4% monthly and sharply higher than the 10.28 million expected. Now, that means that openings outnumbered the total number of unemployed workers by more than 4.6 million at the end of 2021. This is the first piece of big jobs data this week, with ADP releasing its private jobs report tomorrow morning. Now, meantime, new data from the Institute for Supply Management shows inflation pressures surging in the manufacturing sector. The ISM's Manufacturing Purchase Managers Index dropped to 57.6 in January, down more than 1 point from December and slightly better than expected. But the Prices Index surged nearly 8% to 76.1%. And those inflation concerns are weighing on Wall Street, with the major indices trading flat in today's session. The ISM survey signals that more price increases are in the pipeline for consumers as manufacturers do pass down their higher costs down the line. Now, the labor market imbalance could also make wage inflation worse as employers hike their pay to attract and keep workers. Now, Fed Chair Jerome Powell raised concerns about the wage inflation issue in particular last week, saying in his press conference, quote, "We are attentive to the risks that persistent real wage growth in excess of productivity could put upward pressure on inflation." Now, we'll get more data on wages in the jobs report on Friday. Now, At&T shares are down today after announcing it will spin off WarnerMedia. The company will merge its media properties with Discovery in a $43 billion transaction. Now, the new company will be known as Warner Brothers Discovery, and current At&T shareholders will own 71% of it. They will receive about a quarter share of Warner Brothers Discovery stock for every At&T share they own. This comes after At&T announced it would unwind its purchase of Time Warner early last year. The company is looking to focus on building out its wireless network rather than competing with entertainment giants like Netflix and Disney. So now Warner Brothers Discovery will be able to do it on their own. And Q4 earnings are continuing, with oil giant Exxon Mobil shares up sharply today after reporting revenue surged more than 80% year over year. That number came in at nearly $85 billion. And although that fell short of analyst expectations, the oil giant's earnings of $2.05 per share did beat. Exxon said it will now begin stock buybacks again this quarter as part of a plan to repurchase up to $10 billion over the next 2 years. And UPS shares are surging more than 15% today after reporting record high profits at the end of 2021. UPS reported earnings of $3.59 per share as higher shipping rates and e-commerce demand boosted its bottom line. Revenue also jumped more than 11% year over year to nearly $28 billion. UPS hiked its quarterly dividend by 49%, following that stellar performance. The company also forecast 2022 revenue of about $102 billion, beating expectations. And while UPS's business is booming, competitor FedEx is suspending its domestic express freight services due to staffing issues caused by Omicron. The stock, though, is still up today. FedEx said the suspension includes its 2-day freight and 3-day freight services here in the U.S. It's the latest company to be hit hard by issues related to Omicron, as well as severe winter weather. Remember, U.S. airlines have canceled tens of thousands of flights due to both of those issues since Christmas Eve. And news is swirling about yet another COVID variant. A Danish study has found the Omicron subvariant, known as BA.2, is even more contagious than the original Omicron strain. Those researchers say those infected with BA.2 were 33% more likely to infect others than those with BA.1. It's also believed to evade vaccine protection even better than the original Omicron, but transmission rates are higher among the unvaccinated, which suggests they carry a higher viral load and thus more severe symptoms. Overall, though, the World Health Organization says this new strain is expected to have the same severity as the OG Omicron. Most cases of Omicron have been mild so far and mostly like a seasonal cold. Before I go, though, get ready for some big earnings this afternoon. Google parent Alphabet is scheduled to report after the close, as well as Starbucks and General Motors. Be sure you're subscribed to my Coffee with Greta newsletter to get all the details on those reports ahead of the market open tomorrow morning. There's a link in the description box to sign up if you haven't yet. I'll see you all back here tomorrow, same time, same place.